My name is Kjersti holtar. I'm the founder and owner of Isandi Konsept, which is the company that trades with African goods to Norway, and we wholesale. That makes us a bit different from some of the other companies involved with trade from Africa. I started the company in 1999 as a sort of a feedback on my own questioning about what is cooperation with Africa actually, what should it be. I used to have a background in development aid cooperation in Namibia. I used to live there for almost 6 years, and I didn't like the way that communication was going on that cooperation, because when I came to Namibia I was fairly young. I was just in my early 30s, and since I worked for the Norwegian government I brought with me my money sack, a lot of money, the money bag, and I in a way ended up giving me much more power compared to the actual experience that I had, and life experience, and to say nothing about the knowledge I had about the communities that I was supposed to work with and work in. And especially I felt very bad about this when I met very experienced Namibian women in the rural areas. Due to historical causes like apartheid, like a colonial rule and so on, they were poor people. But that doesn't mean that they are without experience and without resources. And I think that is my biggest question about how the development aid corporation is set up. It's based on that Africans are regarded as what would be called patients. Actually, you have to treat them for something just because many of them are poor. And I was saying it must be possible to do this in a different way. It must be possible to establish a more equal sort of cooperation. And then I thought about trade then. And I thought, and that's when the problem started. Because I thought that, because I looked around me, I looked at all the fantastic products in Southern Africa. That is the region that I was very much focusing on since I had lived there. And I thought it was easy that, of course, every Norwegians would just love the products just like me. But then I realized how much prejudice there are about Africa and African products. Everyone thought that it was cheap and it was something wrong with the products. And since we are focusing on design and upmarket products, it was really a battle. And then I realized in a way how much damage traditional development cooperation has done when it comes to how we, the Norwegians, see Africans. We see them as someone we have to help, and they have nothing to offer to us. And that is the mission of Isandi. Then I really made that statement that one thing is that we do trade, the other thing, the whole purpose for this company is to turn Norwegians' images about Africa and to make them to understand that Africa is a resourceful continent and there is nothing strange about African products. And that has a lot to do with, I think, unfortunately, 50 years of aid to Africa. Everything is based on you need to help the hungry child, you need to help the hungry violated woman, you need to help all the AIDS orphans, you need to help Africa. And in a way, and people are saying, so why are you so, you are always focusing on the positive African story. And I say yes, because we have so many others focusing on the other story. So someone has to tell another version. and not by so much talking, but by showing products and selling products. It's been a long struggle to get where we are, but it's a fun struggle. I mean, it's fantastic to work with these products. It started in a basement, hidden, with only 2 suppliers, and I had absolutely no client, no customer for 2 months. And yeah, the first month it was really dead, and then I realized that something has to be done. I have absolutely no background in trade, absolutely nothing. So I learned everything from the start. And then we moved into downtown Oslo. We moved into the best shopping and upmarket street in Oslo. That's Bogstadveien complex, which is and that was part of, for me, political and part of the ideology, actually, that you shouldn't hide the African products and go on the, you know, the cheap places. You should be there where all the other upmarket products are. So we were there for 3 years, and then there were 2 reasons why we moved. The one thing was that area is extremely expensive, and we have to fight with the big brands, and they can pay another rent than we can. And the other thing was that I wanted to move towards wholesaling, because that's part of the vision, you know, to bring out the good messages from Africa to the Scandinavian countries in general. So that is when the 3rd phase started, and that's where we are now. We were so lucky to get this extremely upmarket showroom, which is, we are in the same location as the world famous Finnish brands like Marimekko, Artek, with their top designer Tom Dixon, you know. They are downstairs and we are upstairs with our fantastic African designers. And to me that's part of to be loyal to your idea, what you're actually aiming at. It takes a long time, but we are getting there. We have just developed a traveling exhibition for art galleries all around Norway. We started this adventure in December last year, and we are fully booked the whole of 2008.